Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, July 1st. And join me on a week of changes. So today, like I said, this is a week of changes. Today at 8:30, today we have our first 8:30 daily mass with one of the new priests. The other priest that we had has officially left, and he starts his new assignment today. And it's hard, but it's time to embrace it. So let's see what these new priests are like. All right, mass is over, and it's just now going on 9 o'clock, which is weird because, well, mass is at 8:30 now, so it took less time than with the other priest, it seems, because it seemed like this one was going quicker. So that's different, but it's all right. So now I'm gonna go get some coffee and food. And then I actually have to run home because I have something else that I have to take to my mom's. So, yeah, so I'm gonna have some coffee and food and then go to mom's for a little bit, and then and kind of enjoy the rest of my day. Well, at least until I have to leave at 3:15. So that's where I'm at today. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Okay, YouTube, it is about 9:30 at night, and it's basically the end of the first day of all these changes that are happening, and they're all happening at once. And it's too much for me to comprehend. Not comprehend, but too much for me to handle, because I like consistency. I like all of that. So for everything to just be flipped upside down, it's extremely difficult. But that's when I turn to scripture and prayer. So I figured, since I'm doing kind of like a week, the first week of change, the first week or the first few days, I haven't decided yet. Each night I'll end with either something from scripture or a poem, a prayer, something that reminds me that change is okay, change is normal. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm reading, and I will read it. Okay, so this specific scripture passage is typically read at funerals, and actually in 2018 I had the honor of reading this at my grandma's funeral. And it was really neat because at that point lecturing at mass had become something new, and she never really got to hear me lecture. And so this was my way of saying, hey, look what I can do now. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. It's hard to read through the phone, so it's called Everything Has Its Time. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up what has been planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. So that is everything as its time. And I like this because it's telling you all these different things and that everything in our lives has a time. So, like right now, I had 2 amazing priests that are now moved to new assignments. And it's okay. I know I'll see them again. You know, change is okay. Change is the one constant that we have in life. Even though it can be extremely hard. So that being said, I'm going to leave it here. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys. Alright, today is Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. Excuse me. I don't know what day it is, apparently. And it is day 2 of not only July, but day 2 of all these changes that are happening, one right after the other. And I didn't film too much today because I was at work most of the day. I did just get home from daily mass because now we have Wednesdays at 6:30 in the evening instead of, 8 o'clock in the morning. So we have, like I said yesterday, we have 2 new priests. 2 left and 2 came. And so tonight I had mass with the other priest. And again, different. I have to keep reminding myself, every priest is going to do something different. And that is something that the person that taught me how to serve drilled into my head as a server was every priest is going to be a little different. Maybe one is going to like you to hold the book, one is going to want to read it from the altar, one may like a little bit of water when you wash his, do the hand washing, or one might like a lot more, so you have to adjust and adapt, which sometimes that's hard, but somehow for me, when changes occur while I'm serving, it's easier. I don't know, maybe because I have to do it in the moment, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, that being said, so far I like both priests. They're just different, and different is okay. And yesterday I said I was going to try and do like a quote or a prayer or a scripture passage or something that kind of dealt with change or tough areas of life. So today I have one of my favorite things for you. So I'm going to turn the camera around and so that you guys can see it as I read it. Okay, so this is a bookmark and it's called Footprints in the Sand. Well, the poem is called Footprints in the Sand. And if any of you know me in real life, you know that this particular poem is one of my favorites. Excuse you, Nala. Because it's so beautiful and I love the beach and I love making footprints in the sand, and this just kind of, I don't know, has a beautiful story to it. So it says, one night I had a dream. I was walking along the beach with the Lord and noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand. But I noticed that many times along the path of life, there was only one set of footprints. And I noticed that it was at the lowest and saddest times in my life, I asked the Lord, I asked, Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only one set of footprints. I don't understand why you left my side when I needed you most. The Lord said, my precious child, I never left you during your time of trial. Where you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. And again, with all the changes, this just reminds me that, it might be a lower time in life because we're so used to things being done one way, and now we got to change it at the drop of a hat. And there was no gradual change. It was all just, July 1st, this is what's going to happen. So this just reminds me that, now is a time where there might be only one set of footprints, so to speak. But he didn't leave. He's carrying us through all of this. So that being said, I think I'm going to end it here. And I will, excuse you, Nala. I will ignore that. Get this up tonight, and I will, first of all, thank you guys for watching, and please, if you leave a comment, please be kind. If you can't say something nice, then don't say anything at all. This is a hard time for me, my parish community, everyone involved, the priests, the deacons, everyone who is involved with these changes is affected, is grieving in some way, is maybe a little shook up, maybe, we don't know what to think, what to do. So now is the time where we're leaning on each other as a parish community. And so I need you to just please keep comments kind. But thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload, and I will see you guys in the next episode of my crazy, beautiful, blessed life. Bye, guys.